Sometimes the truth can sound like a straight up insult, and I speak a lot of truth. So I'm going to talk about how that truth is being accepted out here and some of the biggest threats to our progress as a people. Let's talk about it. Everybody, how are you doing? I hope you're having an awesome day. I'm having a great day out here in Gambia. I've been saying the Gambia, but people have been saying it's just Gambia. You don't have to say the Gambia. Okay, it's not the Gambia. But I'm having a great time out here in Gambia, and I would love to talk to you guys about something that's very important because as you see, a lot of us are coming back. We're talking about Build Africa, the year of return. All of that sounds great. Woo, let's go to Mama Africa. Boom, boom, ba, ba, boom, boom, ba, ba, right? Like all of that's really good. However, we're not going to get to the promised land without there being some challenges. So I want to talk about some of those challenges and the biggest things that threaten us as a people and that could actually stop our progress. I recently saw a post made, and it was a post that was one that I would say would threaten my platform and would even misconstrue my message. And so in the law of power, in the true spirit of the law of power, I have to talk on it because this is where my reputation is at stake. And if you're familiar with the book Laws of Power, the 48 Laws of Power, it talks about reputation being so important, so guarded with your life. So the only reason I'm going into more detail is because, you know, my reputation, who I am, what I do, and definitely even what I'm doing here, I think is great to have an opportunity to clarify and to bring light to another war that we're facing as well. Now, I talked about what could threaten us as a society, and one of the things that post made me think about, and if you guys are familiar with the post and you already know the T, you know the T. And I don't ever like saying that term T, but it was messy, messy, messy. But if you know what it is, cool. But what I saw was more or less the jealousy there, because for people that are just seeing things on the surface, and I made a post on my Facebook. Y'all need to go follow me on Facebook because I be talking a lot of trash on my Facebook. I really go into detail and spit a lot of my thoughts there as well. But I said, YouTube lesson. If they have more subs than you and they still try to bring you down, that means your content is dope as all get out. And what did I say? And you threaten them. Yeah, you threaten them, something like that. And your content is fire, something. Y'all know what I said. But yeah, you definitely threaten people when you come out here exposing, shining a light. And sometimes people, especially our people that are in cognitive dissonance and don't want to change, there is a real regime in a lot of different ways. It's a lot of old ideologies that we want to hold on to, older people, the older black folks want to hold on to, and it's an old regime of just colonialism and being totally asleep that we have to face out here as well. With that particular situation, it was unfortunate, but it was told to me that it would happen, that I would face that type of jealousy of people here. What you'll see is people using their platform as a type of propaganda. And you have people say that I'm doing that about Gambia, but people that are really awake see, whoa, she's really, really showing us a positive side of Gambia because I'm giving you the good, the bad, the ugly, but I'm still telling you that you should come here. In spite of what I see and what I saw back in the States with our brain dead culture, and I know that 90% of Black Americans are brainwashed, basic, or brain dead, I have to be just as willing to tell the truth about the culture here and the effect of colonialism. You know, white supremacy has had an effect on all of us globally, so to expect me to come to a part of the world, namely back home, and not tell the truth about how that disease has affected its people, and not only that, how we can bring a solution to it. You know, like, you have to really look at the bigger picture. And so what people were trying to do was misconstrue my words, she looks down on Gambians. And if you watch my videos, you know, you can see and hear and even see us working with Gambians. You can see that there's a love there. But when I talk about being scammed and how we need to level up, we need to level up and not have our people out here living hand to mouth, creating that con artist culture. We can do better than that as a people. We can do better than that as women than to walk around here looking like Casper the Friendly Ghost, okay, and a dark chocolate brownie from the neck down. No, that's not good. We need to change that. I said the same thing to the sisters back home, but see, the problem is you had these penny ante sorry people in the comments of that post that was trying to destroy what I was doing and trying to destroy it in a way to say, oh, well, you know, I'm taking a moral high ground. It's no moral high ground that you take if you're trying to suppress someone telling the truth. I'm not the blogger, vlogger, or YouTuber that's going to have people set up to think that all they're going to see is some monkey parts when they come out here. What I look like? Y'all was going to get out here and be so mad at me and be like, what the heck? You would have went through depression. And those are the people that leave within 3 months because they ingesting, you know, content that doesn't truly prepare them. And a lot of people aren't even in a position where they can have integrity enough, or even in that place inside themselves where they're able to tell the truth like that way. But I'm going to tell the truth my way. This is my experience. And what I'm curious about is, are the Africans here, the Gambians here, are y'all more pissed off with me just talking about the issue? Or you more pissed off at the issue itself? Because all of this came up in my, you know, video about, what was it? It said, when loyal slaves attack, Gambians love white people. And I talked about the European man with the little 3-year-old African girl, and I'm questioning him and videotaping him, and the dad, which now that I look back later, could have very well been a pimp, very highly likely he was, going all belligerent, acting crazy, checking me. Thank goodness my husband was there to protect me, but y'all got a real bad problem with that. So it's the problem that I called it out in the way because y'all keep saying, oh, it's your tone, it's your tone. What kind of tone would you want me to have about sex tourism and child pedophilia? I'm sorry, I don't know what kind of tone y'all expect me to have. Do you think about the tone the molester has when he's molesting a little girl? Do you care that, well, he's probably gentle with her then. Like, what sense do y'all make? Just as long as he's gentle with her. That's how y'all act. I've seen the most disgusting deflections because you don't want to deal with the real issue. So everybody's not going to be used for the glory. And unfortunately, the other thing along with that ego and lack of accountability that's getting in the way of the progress is that jealousy. That jealousy is so real. You know, I'm trying not to just go there. But when I came here, I was rudely awakened. I was rudely awakened. And let me tell you something like this, and maybe y'all can read between the lines. But the cool person y'all see in me, that round the way sister girl, that's the same person y'all gonna get in person, I promise you. But I had a much different experience. Y'all need to go watch my video, The Hate We Give. This was a video I made, I think, right around the first week in March when I got here. And I was just like, shook up because the way I was treated, the microaggressions that came at me from the very person that I was inspired by, you know, I was like, wow, sister girl didn't have it. She did not see it for me, didn't want to see it for me. And let me tell you something, sisters, if we don't deal with this jealousy, everybody know that black people have a jealousy problem, but don't nobody want to admit that they jealous. It comes down to just simple facts and numbers. At the end of the day, I would probably feel like that too. You know, as far as chess is concerned, you want to take out your competitor, somebody that's shining their light and telling a whole new narrative that you think probably goes against yours just because it's more authentic. Like, that's not my problem. I have to be me. And we have people in the comments talking about in the way she was talking about the women. And the man was like, she was exploiting them. Pathetic. Pathetic. Y'all watch that. They will really try to act like you are the very, same as white people. You're coming with the same attitude. You are no different than the white people. And I keep saying, we are 20 times better than white people. We come in here expecting and bringing a whole new standard. Oh, and this is another one, you know, people like to kind of misconstrue. When I talk about we can just come out here and take the game, you're going to take advantage of the people. No. We're going to take the game, meaning take what's rightfully ours. If they too slow, if they're colonized, okay, let us take this part of it. And then we'll share it with them if they're on code. We provide jobs and opportunities for them all the time, but for specific ones. It's the same that it was in the States. We don't work with basic and brain dead, and we're not going to work with basic and brain dead people out here. Don't you want to have a high quality of life and actually get things done? But what the problem is, unfortunately, is our people, we are so sick. We are so afraid to see each other shine, and we got old regimes falling. It's a whole new day for the Gambia, at least while I'm here. Until we go and move around, we plan to see all the 54 countries. Until we finish what we're here to do, you're going to have to get comfortable sharing the spotlight. And this is not just for one particular person, but this was an issue I saw just in the very beginning. We have a problem with that as people. We don't like to see others shine. And we'll come up with all kind of other stuff just because you see my content is fire. You see I'm fire. You see it's a whole new day and you wanted to have the stage by yourself. Black people, don't be like that. Don't be like that. We got very, very, very bad insecurity. And if you don't watch it, our older people, we can't really respect you as elders if you got that type of vitriol and you're threatened too. You can be threatened too. I see through that as well. I had to see that. Being threatened, and then if you call it out, you wrong. But no, it's just what it is. You can't have people coming out here expecting it to be all roses. I may as well tell all the chicks now, if you fine, you cute, you smart, don't expect to go to certain people and work with them because they will be intimidated by you. They will want to try to snuff out your light so that they can shine. But the irony is, people like that, and I can tell you from experience, honey, they will try to act like I'm the person out here that's disrespecting and exploiting Gambians when it's really them doing that themselves. It's some people that know the true behind the scenes look at who's who and who's a real mean person and who's a disrespectful person or not. Truthful people, we don't have time to be disrespectful. We're just being honest. The way you take it, you're going to take it as disrespect because you've been sleeping. You've been sleeping this whole time. Do you want me to talk like this? It was just your tone of voice. Okay. My tone of voice. Okay, well, I'm not going to be, oh, well, you know, I wish the sex trafficking, the child pedophilia could stop here. I wish that could really stop. Is that what y'all want me to do? You want me to join into your repressed culture? Which you, and that's what I said. That's what it is. It's not about you think I'm insulting you. No, we don't look down on anybody. And let me ask you a question. I saw a lady, and a lot of the diasporans, and even Africans, even Gambians, they get it. They're like, yeah, we need to be on another level. We can't be scamming our people. Like, how do you feel about us? If you feel like you could scam over on us all the time and you see people with a heart to really help you, I have to look at your character too. So I'm in a position to tell people, listen, the right people that get my message, they get it. The Gambians and Africans, they get it, because what this represents is the beginning of a whole new regime of truth and cleaning up the mess of Mama Africa. There are some people that's going to act like, no, it's just the way you saying it. You can be more strategic. Like, nah. It's none of that. It's none of that. Because if you don't show me the pictures of the Chinese men that were squeezing those girls' breasts, and whoever those Chinese people were that were directing those African children to sing a song of degrading themselves, y'all saw the stuff on Motomaya clip. Y'all go see that. These people have been over here degrading, insulting, and raping, and you want to take your energy and act as if I'm insulting the Gambian people, because you can't really bring that same smoke to the real colonizers, to the real Asians that's doing it. No, you wanted to find an opening in a way that could possibly ruin my numbers. Let's try to ruin her reputation. It's some black people so jealous, they see what you're doing and they want to just see it fall. Don't you understand? You're not going to be liked by everybody. You see how your family acting, what you're talking about coming to Africa? I mean, it will be an all-out war. And I would be naive to come out here and think that it was going to stop. I was very, very thrown off because of how acidic it was. Like, it was just bold, nasty, I don't like you energy. and just the nasty energy of the person itself. Ladies, listen, if y'all have problems with other women being beautiful and talented, you better get that in check now. Please don't leave this earth and go to your grave being a hater. Because we got a lot of old people that won't even admit that they haters, but and that's very heartbreaking, right? You know, you younger and you see your elder you look up to, you just want to love them, and then they do some hater type stuff to you. They can be haters too. We're not giving nobody a pass because the truth and upsetting people's coin and their light, they may not like your light to shine. They may want you to shine it a certain type of way, and when you don't shine it that way, they like, oh no. That's what happens. That's what happens. And so when we try to come out here and build and do this and that, yes, you will find there is still infighting amongst us. But for our community, for the Gambians and Africans that are on board with us, that's why we're the ones that are going to make that change. We can't help the fact that people are feeling left out about it. But what we're not going to do is play this game as if the ones that are rebuilding and telling the truth are the ones that's up to no good, and we're the evil ones. Oh, no. And let me address something else while we're out here. My destiny is very much clear. I know what it looks like. You may not have the same spiritual practice I have, but I don't walk around in fear for my life. I don't. Threatening me, and it's a low-key threat for me to stay careful, be careful, so you won't become like Liberia. I'm going to block whoever else says that, because you're not really even getting it. If you really know about the history of Liberia, you would feel embarrassed to even use that analogy to me. Like, is there freedom of speech here? Okay, it may or may not be. I don't know. But we're not going to act as if art is insulting the Gambians, because I talk about what's real. If you're going to come out here and you're going to feel nasty in the cab, it's dusty, these are the things that I dealt with, the women makeup look a fool, like, I'm going to tell you guys all of that. But I'm sure enough not out here mushing chicks in the back of the head, as I talked about in my other video, are blacks colonizers, like the Indian guy did to that girl. And I'm like, y'all let them treat you any old kind of way. And when I come out here and talk about what I'm seeing, you want to act as if I'm just as bad as them. Y'all, if that ain't mental illness and backwards, I don't know what is. Have y'all ever watched Nollywood? It makes sense, though, that I'm not, oh Lord. Have y'all ever watched Nollywood? It's like, and to Nollywood's credit, Nollywood showed you some real business game. Nollywood's lesson is you can have a product, you don't even have to be the greatest quality, and you can still make $1 billion industry out of that thing. Nollywood, you get my respect, but I've never liked Nollywood movies. I was like, how can you watch this? The plot is so simple, it's so basic. I was just like, I thought I was missing something because of the language barrier. It wasn't. It's very, you know what I mean? So I get it. I get it. The same people that love Nollywood and think that it's deep plots. Dima, it's just, and that's it. I know y'all think I'm generalizing, but the best Nollywood movie I saw was Lionheart. Lionheart was really good, and it's because I think they had a lot of people from a certain place that was writing the script. I'm gonna leave it alone. But Nollywood's movies are garbage, okay? They're garbage. And if you're a real black person like me, we don't watch Nollywood. If we've ever had to go to African braiders, we just had to put up with it. But ain't nobody trying to watch no Nollywood, because it's simple, it's third grade level. Like, ain't nobody trying to see that bad quality. Like, how can you watch it? But then you see, and we're not supposed to call you. I'm not calling anybody, because these are people that'll build a computer with a toothpick and a paper clip. Like, I know that. I get that. We're brilliant people. But the ego of our people, that lack of accountability and to just change and to grow, like, nah. Like, no. When I was in Mobile, Alabama, even when I lived in the States, I was talking about what each state felt like. In the South, certain cities, they sleep as all get out. In Charlotte, in Mobile, I told y'all about that, sleepy as hell. People walking around in a coma, still believing in the white Jesus. You think it was going to be different out here? So I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to speak the truth about it. So to say I'm insulting you, though, I'm insulting your culture, and I'm just as bad as the white man. See, that is not fighting words, but that is the sickness. You can never say, I'm out here exploiting people when we're creating jobs and creating an economy and bringing thousands of people here. See, that's the real problem, too, is that you're scared of what that change is going to look like. And some of you, and this is the majority, because if we have the majority of basic and brain dead, the brilliant people that reach out to me and say, yes, I'm a Gambian myself, I wish that they didn't act like that because I want more job and more business opportunities. Yeah, like they want it to pop off for us. They really do. They want to help us because they tired of begging massive for scraps and rice and seeing their daughters get pimped out and having to fall into some godforsaken demonic type of hustles just to get over. If you don't want any more than that, just say that. But don't act as if us coming here building, I'm a nitpick. She said takeover. You said takeover. You said they were slow. Nope. You're just like the white man. Nope. If you want to be that person, child, go ahead. But the black people, the diasporas that I'm talking to, they like, let these flights open up, child, so we can come over there and build. And I have to be honest, yes, it's wide open for the taking. Just because you feel like it's going to leave you out because you don't want to change, that's your problem. But you will not act as if I'm here raping the children, disrespecting the culture. I'm here providing such unique content that makes people get a very real look at the culture so that when they're here, they have a more chance of staying here. Instead of that poo pie ABC 123 vlogging everybody else is doing, talking about monkey parks and food, all of that is great, but baby, that's not gonna be enough for everybody. We need to get down to the business. Where you gonna live, how you gonna support yourself, what are the social nuances. This is another one we have to talk about as well. And I'm okay because I've been made for the job. I'm okay, I get what I have to do, my purpose. Like, y'all can't scare me with the thought of death. You gonna be like Liberia. Child, let me tell you something. It's only two men that can check me. That's my husband and that's my spiritual advisor. Y'all already know who he is. If they don't tell me to turn it down, if they cheering, ain't nothing nobody else can say. I know I'm saying and doing the right thing and I'm in the right place. A lot of people aren't that clear about their purpose and they're not walking with that much power and authority and courage. A lot of our people don't have courage, which is why a lot of us are so insecure. We could be doing great stuff, but when we see another person doing something great and maybe a little bit shining a little harder, we don't know what to do. Living in Atlanta, going to a school of fine arts, going to Berkeley, that helped me learn how to share the stage. Being a fine artist, being a musician all my life, being in that environment, if you don't know how to congratulate people and your people and sisters, brothers, but sisters, as I'm talking about this happened between two women, this whole thing, and why people felt the way they did and why they felt they needed to make posts about me and in a hope to throw off my movement and throw off my truth and throw off the amount of people that would listen to this. This is not going to be silenced. You can't silence the truth and what's in the ground that's been trying to cry out for ages and centuries. I'm just a farmer. You trying to come back over with dirt and cover it up. I'm not here to do that. I'm really here to till the soil. If you have a spirit and a village mentality to really see your people rise up with love, the thing you need to do is to really tell them the truth. That's the most loving thing you can do. And talking about, well, it's the way you said it. Don't tell somebody that the way they talk about something that is as evil as sex trafficking, colonialism, the violence of you living in poverty for centuries. Don't tell them how they should talk about it, because now you're going to sound like you're asleep. And this is just a season, a shift of showing us the truth, child. We've got lunar eclipses. Y'all better do moon cycle, moon phase cycle, or lunar eclipse June 2020 astrology. See what that means. It's a lot of shifts happening right now. And Gemini season is all about fast movement. Stuff will be so fast, girl. You'll think you up one moment, then you down, and you this and you that. Like, that is Gemini season. I want to make sure I got all my points. But But yeah, people that shine the bright light, they don't want to be waking up. And jealousy is very real amongst our people. It's unfortunate, but it's just there. We cannot sit up here and act like everybody's going to be kumbaya amongst each other, because we still have PTSS and so much trauma to deal with. And we cannot act like that we are not human beings. Envy, jealousy, just as well as love and kindness are all real. They're all real. Go look at that video when I talked about the hate we give. Coming out here thinking we're going to be friends, thinking this person's going to be cool. And I've had to deal with that a lot in my life when people aren't ready to share the stage. If you can't share the stage with a bright light and come on board and be an asset without trying to control it and be the only person, you know, like if it's an ego in it for you, it's not going to work for you. Life isn't going to work for you. This movement is going to be very painful for you, because you're not going to want to, you know, accept the truth. You're going to think that it's something else, and you're going to keep lying to yourself. So I hope you guys got something out of that. If you want to know more about this, go to outcathyheals.com for information about repatriation and investment opportunities. If you also want a real sisterhood of women that's not going to be jealous of you, okay, because you shine in your light, and you want to be in an environment where you can be loved and supported, join the womb school, ladies. And for men and women, join the Black Repat group if you want to connect with like-minded people that are making their similar transition to West Africa or Gambia. So I'll talk to you guys soon, and thank you for all the new subs. Oh my God, I'm almost at 10K. I'm humbled by that, because the proof is in the pudding, and people want the truth. Y'all were gonna be coming out here mad at me, girl. We're gonna talk about these men and dating and stuff another time, because I don't have time today. But I'm going to tell y'all the truth about everything. It's going to be positive. It's going to be honest. It's going to be authentic. And the truth will upset people. You know, truth speakers, it's a very, very popular saying, and quoting, it said, truth speakers have no friends. And that's very much the case when you have cognitive dissonance, as real as it is, and you have a culture of people that are more used to fighting against each other than working with each other. So coming from Atlanta, I learned the spirit of cooperation, not the spirit of competition. But the rose-colored glasses will have you think we all over here doing the African Cupid shuffle and African electric slide on the beach every day, and we're not. We're just not. So, yes, I will talk to you guys soon, and be sure to like and subscribe and share this video.
Good.